Arsenal, once again, part of Soccer Sunday. They put themselves firmly back in the Premier League title race last weekend. That 3-0 win, or 3-1 win, I should say, at home to Liverpool. And Arsenal received a lot of criticism in the aftermath for over-celebrating that result. Mikel Arteta says that he only heard about that criticism earlier today.
They told me today. So I didn't know anything about it. But
you didn't know anything about it? You didn't hear about Jamie Carragher saying, go back down the tunnel?
No, but I love it because I've seen managers at the Emirates away on their knees inside the pitch. I've seen very big managers walking into the pitch. I've seen managers going across the touchline. I've seen that all in the Premier League. And personally, I love it because it brings such a passion and emotion to the game. When it's done in a natural way and unique way, I think it's great. But it's my opinion, and a lot of people maybe have something very different to mine.
OK, let's go live now to Arsenal's training ground and speak to my esteemed friend and colleague and fellow presenter, Vicky Gomersall. How are you doing, Vicky? So you were in that news conference with Arteta, and I know you've sat down and had a one-on-one interview with him as well. This is going to air in full on Super Sunday Match Day, but just give us a sense of what he was like reading between the lines and what he said to you.
Hello, David. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm in the indoor training facility here at Arsenal. I've just done the presser with him up there, and then I sat down here for a one-to-one. And actually, he was asked about the celebration police. In fact, I asked him and what he felt about it. And he did say, I knew nothing about it. He said all he felt was positives after the game, and it was a very positive atmosphere, and it was a very natural performance from his players. They were shattered, but they were elated, having beaten Liverpool 3-1, as you said. But also he was asked later, he was pushed on it a little bit more about whether there was a maturity or an immaturity perhaps in terms of teams over celebrating. Were they mature enough to potentially win a title? And he basically said, yes, you know, I've won a title, so they're not immature, and they can go on and win a title. So he pushed back on that. It was quite an amusing piece. He was also asked about this potential blue card situation. I said, you know, sin bins in football, discuss, and he was quite willing to discuss it, but he said he felt that it was going to need some time to kind of get it right. He didn't want them just to come straight in and kind of just offer this blue card situation without it being tweaked by perhaps the lower levels in terms of football, and then it being introduced. But I think he was a little bit reticent, shall we say. And we also talked in my one-to-one about him rubbing shoulders with royalty. He obviously had to sit down with me, but earlier on this week he was lucky enough to sit with the Prince William at the London's Air Ambulance charity gala, and they were talking about how important it really is to keep this air ambulance going. So he had a lot to say on that, but also he did have something to say which you'll have to tune to Super Sunday Match Day to find out what he said. He said if he was in a movie, who he'd like to play him. So you have to tune in on Sunday to find out who that is.
I love that little tease. Thank you very much indeed, Vicky. And this week, Vicky and Darren Lewis joined by the Telegraph's chief football writer Sam Wallace, and as Vicky mentioned there, her extended interview with the Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta, who by all accounts in that news conference seemed in a really good mood. So it should be a really good watch. You can find out what his answer was to that key question from 10 a.m. right here on Sky Sports News on Sunday.